This room basically is our harness department.
It's the first time I've ever done a group this size. Pardon me, guys. This will be a challenge. This is the cable department. All the harnesses that go in games are produced back here. We do a little sub-assembly work back here as well. Games are about 60% of our business. The rest of our business is sometimes just selling harnesses to other companies, automotive, other industries. So we do a fair amount of this kind of work. We can go through and turn around and walk the same. Got any questions? Just ask.
What's most popular in here?
Everything we build. Right now, super bikes is very, very popular. So is supercars. Well, we've been building big bikes forever. That's it. Certainly we've built a lot of big bikes.
Okay.
Those are new and we're moving a lot of rocks.
The one you paid the most of is probably the big book? No.
Oh, absolutely. Well, yeah, probably. In all the varieties, you're looking at probably over 14,000 games already. So.
How many different varieties are there?
Well, you started with Big Buck, then you had Big Buck Pro, then you had Big Buck, open season, and then we're doing World now. So I mean, it's been a lot of iterations.
There's like 5 or 6 different varieties.
Anything. We build deluxe models for the more elaborate, bundle type of places, and then we build smaller games that will fit in restaurants or bars. We don't do slot, although we make components of slot. We sell a lot of components to Valley Gaming out in Las Vegas. We make a lot of their slot machines, but not the whole machine.
The harness department we just came out of, all the wires start over here. That's where they're taught the lane and terminals to them. So every cable starts here and then it goes inside.
Obviously, what you see here is the beginning of our game line. The cameras, all the cameras are on this end. Sorry, behind this end of that line there. Finished product. jumps across the aisle to an inspection area, jumps across the aisle again to packing. Basically, at 3 game lines. Today we're at a very reduced rate of production because of a parts problem that won't clear up until Monday, so we had to cut our staff back a bit. Unfortunately, we got a lot of games to expect. Normal once a week kind of thing. As you can see, these games on this side of the aisle are finished product waiting to be inspected or being inspected. I've got Super Bikes online this morning, H2O, Big Buck World, Terminator Deluxe. All we do is new production.
And when you say these are for inspection, how do you inspect them? You have people.
There is a long check. We have gentlemen right now that are going through an inspection procedure. There's actually 2 sets of inspection. Our own employees inspect these games. These games are being built. What you see online right now is for a company called Raw Thrills. And they have their own staff that comes in behind us and inspects again. So any one of them that has the sheet on them, as you see right now, these have already been inspected by our staff. And now the Raw Thrill staff is going in behind as a secondary inspection. Once they sign off on the games are sent across the aisle for final backup. These games we cook them overnight. We call it burn-in. So the games are plugged in at the end of the day, and if there's any kind of hardware problems, that kind of thing, the fallout usually happens overnight. So we're able to repair them the next day.
So they actually checks a function of like all the gun operations?
Single function, switch, light, buck, play the game, everything. The guys, our inspectors are Raw Thrills inspectors playing 10,000 games a year. A day, it varies. We've been up to as many as 80 games a day. People. If I could eliminate employees, I'd be fine. It's just human error that comes on. It's loose screws, nonsense kind of thing. It varies. I would say the prices range from, depending on the game, anywhere from probably $5,000 to maybe $3,000. I'm not really sure because I don't actually sell this. I bought real stuff. I would guess it's in the $6,000 to $7,000. Well, the more elaborate the game, this is a deluxe game, and a lot of pizzazz. I mean, we just had what we call a super deluxe set up yesterday, which is a 6x8 screen. Wow, massive. It's just incredible.
What's the difference between the deluxe and the non-deluxe?
Typically, the amount of flash and the size of the monitor. This is a 42-inch monitor. We had some. I don't have any today. We built a 32-inch that has it's a lot smaller game.
So this is a 2009 game. Does production usually go 2 years for a typical game?
Raw Thrills games typically run about 3 years.
3 years?
Yeah. We ran Guitar Hero for 2.5 years when we ran the Guitar Hero line. It varies. I mean, generally, we do business with other game companies as well. Most of them are, you get an order once in a while, you run it, and that's it. The Raw Thrills product is very continuous. It goes on for a long time. They've got very high quality product, tremendous games, and a very big mix. These are all Raw Thrills games right now that you see here. So we're basically shipping their product all over the world. And a lot of the customers now are liking the fact that they can do one-stop shopping. They come in, they buy 5 or 6 different games all at one place and pick up. We're getting into the selling season right now when things start to really get busy. So our inventory is lower and we're trying to build up inventory. See, we built DDRX for Konami. It's the tail end of an order we just finished for them.
Is the H2 Overdrive kind of a follow-up to Hydro Thunder?
Sure is.
Just didn't have license for the name.
Same group that developed it actually for Raw Thrills. Company got together. This is already probably 2 years old, H2O. We still build 10 to 15 a week. So, it's 2 years old. You know. Super Bikes is, well, we get spurts. We're probably running anywhere from 50 to 100 a week right now on Super Bikes. Terminators, about 20, 30 a week. Big bucks, 15 to 20 a week. And it's a balancing game because we're trying to keep some inventory of every product because of the way their customers are ordering now.
You
They
never
don't
know
just
when
come
they
for
might-
one game anymore. They want some of each.
Right.
There's 8 different active games. I don't have them all online right now. We have 8 different active products for Raw Thrills right now. And, in any given week, we're building one of them.
sold the rights for the father.
I have no, yeah, that Raw Thrills did, not I. We are a contract manufacturer. We are not, we basically sell our services to game companies. We happen to be the largest contract manufacturer in the world that does this type of product. We build more games than any other company in the world.
How long have you been doing it?
I've been in business for 27 years.
So do you ship right to the customers at Raw Thrills?
Yeah. We basically warehouse for them, ship right to their customers. We get emails all day long, release this, release that, release that. We have a system that sets, put in an order entry system and our people process the orders.
Well, they're doing the design.
Raw Thrills does all the development, design. We do usually the harness design, but and then we manufacture them. Same with the DDRX. We did all the development on that, not the software, mechanical, electrical, and then produced that.
Do you have any games in your house?
I actually do.
Like, what's your favorite?
I don't have the room to put these kind of games in my. I actually
Most
like
people
pinball.
don't.
I'm an old pinball guy, so I have a Terminator pinball in my basement, as well as a Shuffle Alley, that kind of thing. But
Those are great games.
I used to design pinball many years ago for Star, when it was the old Star Electronics.
Cool.
How long does it take you from when you receive your PO for a game to manufacture it from beginning to end and ship it out?
If it's a brand new order, usually anywhere from 3 to 5 weeks. When I say brand new order, first time ever being built. If it's a continuing order, it could be less because there's a lot of common parts that we're able to use from other games, so we can sort of borrow from Peter to pay Paul kind of thing. It could be 2 to 3 weeks. Generally, the orders are placed for, say, maybe 2 to 3 months worth of what they think they're going to sell in that period of time. And then we manage the schedule to just keep inventory of each product. And then there's the special orders that come in, and we're shipping all over the world. Actually did ship to Japan before the earthquake, of course, but we're shipping everywhere. So,
What's the newest game you have?
the most recent game would be Supercars, and I don't have a single one of those online. We shipped everything we could build last week, earlier this week, and shipped everyone out the building. And that closed out our first order, and there was a small gap. They waited a little bit too long to place the second order. We'll be up in production on that in about a week and a half again.
You outsource your plastics and all that to do assembly.
Right. Yeah, we don't actually fabricate anything but our harnesses, and everything else is brought into the building and then assembled here.
Will you have to deassemble these big ones to fit them in the multiple?
Well, we can walk into, yes. A certain amount of them, they do come apart somewhat, and we break them down to as little. I think the worst one is probably the portion. There's 4 pieces that have to be assembled in the field. H2O and super bikes, it's basically 2 cartons, two things, a seat section or a bike section, and you bolt them together, plug them in, you're pretty much ready to go. DDR has got a lot of setup work also because you got the double stays and all of that.
Do you work with Stern at all?
Occasional part sales now. I used to supply, Partech at one time supplied every single action component that was going on Playfield. Back when it was Sega Pinball and Data Use Pinball, back in those days. The year when we did Jurassic Park, they did 13,000 Jurassic Parks. Every single dinosaur head,
I'm good right
pop
now.
bumpers, flippers, all of that. We manufactured all that. Yeah, kind of been in the game for so long. I started in the Valley. It's just
Seems
funny.
like this business is thriving compared to Stern. You guys are so close together.
Yeah. Well, pinball is a very niche market, much more so than this. And dollar hasn't been strong, which is, hurt. I think 50% of his business has been European. And that's great. It's starting to come back. We actually do some of the products. We build home versions. We stock and we ship them off periodically. The smaller games like Big Buck World. We're starting to see some orders that it's not even you're on Christmas, you get surge and that kind of thing. We ship quite a few home editions after Christmas. Any other questions, guys? Should be back pretty soon. Take that back. There is one game worse than Wheel of Fortune to set up. That's Terminator Super Deluxe. It consists of one of these, that skid, and this skid. And the assembly instructions are worse than anything you've ever seen. It's a massive, massive thing. It really is. So you got to set up this big projector screen and everything. It's a big erector set.
So that was like 4 by 6 feet.
The screen is 6 by 8. This is our shipping area and where we warehouse the finished goods. As you can see, we've got some 32-inch supercars over there. That's the super bikes, one of them in stock right now. 32-inch Terminator, that's the smaller version. Wheel of Fortune. Basically, we keep our inventory over here. The guy pulls the orders, and we're shipping. This is an order of Terminator is going out today. 32-inch. That's the smaller version.
That should be interesting. That's all I got last year. I wanted to go so bad.
Almost all of these.
5 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Out for Milwaukee.
Generally heavy. No, that's all usually generated by the company that we're building the game for. I brought you some extra staff, Tom. They're gonna go to work for you right now. Come on, guys, we got this. Ooh, crap. This is QC. Basically, yeah, this is a big roof. As I said before, we make just harnesses like this is for a company that does ventilation systems, and this is our product. This is what we're selling. One of these is, you know, so as well as building big, exciting things like games, we build little tiny things, and you know, it's almost 50% of our business. Every harness gets inspected generally where it's manufactured electrically. They still come in here for auditing. They look at them for quality issues, loose ties, the cable ties that are on them, labels missing, that kind of thing. The harnesses that we sell as harnesses come in here. They're packaged, they're bagged, they're packaged, they're counted, they're boxed up and made ready for shipment. We also do all the first article inspection in here, bracketry that comes into the building. First time the parts come in, inspectors look at the drawing and compare the drawing to the parts to make sure that they're adequately made to spec. And I mean, that's about it here. You talk about pinball here. Anybody recognize this? It's the housing for the shooter plunger. We still make these. There's the plunger. Not fully assembled yet. So we've been in this industry pretty much all of our, lives. Partech is 27 years old, and it's always been revolving around the game industry, and whether it was gaming, slot machines, or arcade games, sort of been our niche. Any questions?
I'm curious, who's your biggest competitor?
My biggest competitor? Personally, right now, I don't have one. Nobody out there that can compete with us.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Good to be the king.
Well, yeah, it's good, but it's also, everybody wants to be the king.
I do have a question. I might have missed out there. How long have you been doing the video games? Has it been the 27 years? No. We actually started doing video games about 20 years ago for Sega. Our first, when we bought this building, it was about 20 years ago. We were running 2 lines at that time. We had one line doing, I think it was Virtual Cop. We're running 100 a day. And the other line, we were doing a redemption game for skee ball. And that was around 20 a day. So you started in the warehouse industry as a whole?
Basically, no. Our business started with a product called Video Vendor, which is a product that my partners and I developed 30 years ago. It was a video cassette rental system. Any of you that are old enough, you might have run into one. If anybody's from Canada, you probably for sure did, because we had a real good operator up there. It was basically VHS movies, 360 of them in a box, and you had to get a card to get access to it. You could rent the machine just like a video store.
Basically, you were a red box way back.
You got it. Back before the CDs were even out and the DVDs.
Oh yeah, I remember those machines.
Well, so
how do you miss the boat on that?
we built. We actually built about 1,000 of those units, and then that was about our second year of business, and we started doing work for Stern. At that time, I think it was Data East Pinball. We started doing the action components. Because we were building this big machine that, we had a cable department, we had an assembly department, we had all the expertise already there, so we could do any of those things by themselves. So with Stern, we started, adding on the assembly thing. We got very, very big into that. Then we started making harnesses for Life Fitness. So our harness department grew. So now we had a big assembly department, a big harness department, which felt like we could do anything. This is what we do, we assemble things. So over the years, we just reinvent ourselves every single year. We're doing whatever it is that we need to do to stay in business. But, on and off in the 20-year period, we've been building games. This is, we've been building now very large numbers for the last 5 years.
It's the strongest we've ever been in the game industry. Prior to that, we had, 500 games here, 250 games there, that kind of thing.
Raw Thrills is your biggest customer? in the game?
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, they've got to be the biggest game
I was going to say, they're the biggest out there. Okay.
How many units do you ship annually or manufacture out of here?
About 10,000. It could be as low as 8, but I'd say 8 to 10,000.
All right.
All right, anything else, guys? All right, Stern is a lot crowded, much more, smaller building. It's really filled, jam-filled, so that'd be fun for you. It'll be a lot of fun. Say hello to Gary for me. We can go out this way.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you very much. Oh, you're welcome. Hope you enjoyed it.
Order bread boxes They may owe you some money, huh?
You get all the way down to the end of the hour, that's where level is.
So do they make all the parts? Mm-hmm. They don't import parts?
Yeah, I can grab that. I don't think so.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my briefcase right here, the black.
We're just food, that's for sure.
You're back.
Yeah. They didn't